I'm not all doom and gloom for this season. I did see some bright spots overall from this football team. And so I'm not sitting here thinking like the Green Bay Packers season is over. It is a bump in the road that the Packers are going to have to overcome. But I think he's absolutely right. There are some bright spots that you can take from this. And the thing we have to understand, what week is it?
Week 1, but there's a big obstacle ahead, Kyle.
What's the big obstacle ahead? You're talking about with Jordan Love being out?
Yes.
But
yes, it's kind of a big obstacle.
But
Brad, hang on. I want you to go. But Brad, you said something that I think is so important, right? When people want to pick at Jordan Love and say like, hey, wasn't that great? Kyle couldn't sleep because why? The team can't be a team without who?
Jordan Love. I mean, when people wonder, like, should Jordan Love be making $55 million a year? It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for a guy that started 1 year. This proves Jordan Love's value to me. The fact that when Jordan Love goes down, now we're talking about, can the Packers even win one game without him? When he was out for the whole season, I was thinking,
ridiculous.
I was thinking, oh my gosh, here we go. This is the Packers being bottom of the barrel. So the fact that, the line between the Packers and the Colts next week, they were like a 5-point favorite. Now they're like a 4-point underdog. It's like a 9-point swing, Jordan Love just being out. So it's critical, the fact that they're missing him. That's obvious. But you're right, and the last caller actually said it really well, and I want to touch on that. There were enough fireworks. There were enough good things for me to take away and say, you know what? This team's got it in them. Mm-hmm. I see enough of what I saw last year in Brust for me to be confident that they are a good team and they will put it all together. However, Jordan Love then gets hurt. And it's like, well, wait a minute. Now we have to put that all on pause for 2, 3, 4, 6 weeks, whatever it is, and try to pick it back up then. I felt like if Jordan Love didn't get hurt, I'd walk out of this game saying, look, they look rusty, they look sloppy, but it's there. And I think they're going to build on it the coming weeks. But now we put that all on hold, which is just incredibly frustrating.
Can we just remember the guys that are defense, and I'm not making any excuses for this defense and not being able to get off the field in the fourth quarter because that all looked way too familiar what we saw under Joe Barry. But can we just remember who was across from us? Saquon Barkley, who is one of the best running backs and second highest paid, I want to say, running back in the NFL. He was across from us. We didn't do good enough stopping him. A.J. Brown was across from us. Devontae Smith was across from us, and Jalen Hurts. That is some of the best skill positions that we will see throughout the entire season that we win against week 1 in a new defense. So, yes, losing Hurts and losing Jordan Love sucks. But for me, I think the Eagles are going to be okay this year, and I think the Packers are going to be good this year, and I think we just saw 2 of the top 4 teams in the NFC matching up week 1 on a terrible field in Brazil.
Follow-up question regarding the defense. You're right. What you just described about the Eagles, that's an elite offense right there. But so is the Lions, so is the 49ers. Like, there's a lot of elite offenses that the Packers are going to have to figure out if they're going to be a Super Bowl team.
And look how well the Packers, again,
do you think they're going to improve enough? Do you think they're going to
400 plus yards?
They forced some turnovers, so understand it got to be better. But
do you think they're going to improve enough to actually be able to handle these offenses at some point?
I truly believe they're going to improve as well. And in the playoffs, games become a lot more tighter as well. It seems like the Packers defense in the past have kind of stepped up in the playoffs. Not all the time, but we've seen it last year. We saw it the previous year as well. And so for me, I think that overall this football team is going to be in a better position come week 18 than what they are right now week 1. It's going to take time for this defense to come together, new assignments, recognizing what they have to do. The guys that we saw start on Friday are not going to be the same guys that are going to start come week 18 for the Green Bay Packers because of injury and because people stepping up. So for me, I left saying this defense has some holes, they have some things, they have some people that need to step up, but I think we do have the talent in order for this defense to improve. So I don't want us to write off and be mad about that because of the fact that they did not perform to the level we want them to. It's going to be okay.
Who are you?
Listen, I had multiple days. When you
a mentally healthy Kyle
I just want y'all
Wallace
to understand, when you go from thinking your quarterback might be done for the year to him only being out for 3 to 4 weeks potentially on the short end of it, you have a whole different perspective on what a football season is because you go from saying, oh my gosh, what am I going to do for the next 17 weeks to saying, okay, all right, let's see if we can get through it.
Brandon, Lake Geneva, 800-990-3776. You're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hi, I just wanted to touch up real quick on the Jordan Love and everyone talking about, the slippery field and the incomplete grade. If we look at the last 2 years that Aaron Rodgers played his first game, if you look up his stats when we got boat raced by the Vikings and the Saints, he was like 153 with 2 interceptions, and he was 195 with 1 interception. And in 2021, he went on to win the MVP. So I think everybody needs to calm down and realize that it was mainly rust. He wasn't the only one that wasn't playing that great. lots of flags, and obviously, shooting themselves in the foot in the beginning of the first quarter didn't help them at all.
I appreciate the call, Brandon. 800-990-3776.
RELAX. Relax.
Now, Steven does chime in because the one thing that our last caller just mentioned was some of those slow starts, and he says he's disappointed in Matt LaFleur because for the fourth consecutive year, the offense has come out and been sluggish, and with an experienced quarterback and experienced offensive line, they failed to have the team ready to play at the beginning of this season. I think that is kind of intriguing because of the slow starts that were mentioned, but also what Brad has been saying and kind of been the voice of these. I know this is the way the league is going. These practice reps, these joint practices, they're not the same as game reps. So you be the judge of where the value is on those.